The loudest birds in the world. Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Mini Adventures. And remember, I'm not a professional. So, today I'm going to be fixing an interesting one. I went to drive home the other day and whatever the weather, hot or cold, I always need to use the choke. I went to go and pull the choke and, as you'll see, it doesn't want to pull. I have no idea why. I've had a look in the engine, everything's moving choke cable wise in the engine, so today we're going to take this apart, see why this is catching, and I have a replacement one just in case. So let's get on with it. The choke cable comes through the firewall here, through this grommet, and runs up here, and then clips to the sort of intake here, and then runs down here to this kind of grub screw thing and attaches. And this is the bit that moves. When you pull the choke cable, this bit moves, and the cable should sort of go tight as you're pulling in the cockpit, and then gives you your choke, essentially. A couple of things to look out for. First of all is this choke cable housing can rest on the exhaust manifold here, and then that can melt. You can see this one, oof, get my noggin out of the way, has started to melt a little bit. Not good. Also, I'm just going to pay attention to this, how slack this is. I think it should be a little bit more taut than that. But to get this thing off, it looks like we need some form of small spanner, socket or some sort to unscrew this from this. Then this cable will come free, and then we'll get all this out the way and get ready to start disassembling inside. I'm just using a little 732 socket. I love these imperial measurements. They kind of sounds like I'm telling the time. And all I'm going to do is try and unhook this. I'm using a spanner on the other end to try and stop it from slipping round. There we go. So I've managed to get the little grub thing screw, and I'm just going to very gently. You don't need to fully take these out because it's just holding it in. So let's see if this will just willingly come. A pair of pliers might do it. There we go. All right. That's still in there. We've attached that. Next thing, we're just going to get this clip off so that we can have this cable ready to pull through. So I think this just pops off. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So the next thing to do is to try and get this heater out the way. Because the idea is you want to get round the back of this here where the choke is living. Now I think there are two screws you can just see right at the back there. And one over here. I think it's those two that hold the heater unit to the sort of center console, if you like. So once those two and that's dropped down out of the way, I think we've then got better access to this chinchilla. That's the plan anyway. And then we'll see about unlocking it from the back of this control panel and go from there. So I'm just unscrewing this and I can already see the whole unit is starting to go, oh, I'm free! She's coming down. There we go. Right. Let's not lose that screw. Like I just did. So now that the heater is down and out the way, I can get access to the back of the control panel, that thing that's got all the switches under the radio. Because apparently the next step is to take that control unit out so you have better access to the choke cable nut. I'm just going to show you where they are. To take these off, you need a socket set. Let's get under here. Oh, I'm going in. So there's one at the far end. Can I get that? On the left, down there, and there's one at this end. There on the right. Let's get those off. They hold the control panel in. Now I can see that brake hydraulic fluid pressure thing, light switch, no one knows what it does type thing is come off the connector. So that's why that's not been working. So we'll get two things done today. But yeah, let's do it. Let's get this off. I won't be able to film that because I barely fit in the footwell myself. Keep going for this whole Bohemian Rhapsody thing. Right, I've managed to get round the back of the control panel, undo the two nuts. I've lost one, it's in there somewhere, and the other one. And the panel is now coming forward. It means I can get to the back of the choke there, which has got a nut on it. And then once that's off, the whole thing should start to pull through really. Okay, so what you'll see is I've managed to just get this little arm out here, just gently, because the heater cable is very tight, so I'm being very, very gentle with all of this. I've had to take the brake fluid warning level light out just for now, so I can get the spanner in a bit easier, because around the back, there it is. There's the puppy we're trying to get off. And it's coming out now, just unscrewing gently as we go. But I just wanted to show you that. That's what I'm taking apart. And now that I've done it, you'll see there's the bracket, and then a spring washer and the main nut. And so now we just need to pull all this through, gently does it, through from the cockpit, and get this old cable away. Let's give it a tug. Starting to pull now. There we go. That might have taken the bung with it, I'm not sure. Old one's out, pulled through, had to take off some of the melted stuff. You won't see that because it's so tiny. I'm going to check the new one against this one for length. Should be good though. And then yeah, get the new one in hopefully. So I've just put the old washer against the sort of base of the choke, just so it sits nice against the control panel on the front. My hair's gone so flat. Ugh. First world problem. Anyway, what I'll do is thread the spindly end through the control panel with this already in place. Then the spring washer and this washer and the metal lug to sort of hold the control panel in place will also go in. I need to make sure I do it in the right order. So we're going to put the cable through this first hole with the washer in place and then thread the other bits and bobs so that this side of stuff is already assembled. I'm going to see if I can prop this up somewhere so you can see. I've got the washer first, which goes between the control panel and the actual knob that you pull. Sniggers. Then down this cable here, I'm going to put the spring washer and nut, but also this plate. And this plate's got to go on the right way round. Okay, so that was the worst bit of the job for me. Getting behind, tackling those two nuts and bolts that hold the control panel. That was a pig. However, I've managed to thread them back through and found a nut to put back on the one that I lost, and also managed to reconnect, I think the right way around, the brake fluid pressure light switch thing, which I'm going to test before I put the heater back into position. Quick update, I just tried the brake pedal pressure switch after switching the terminals around, and it works! Now all that's left is to thread the cables back through into the engine bay and attach it to the throttle body. So what I'm going to do is just show you where that's going. Follow me! So there you go, underneath there, that is where the choke cable needs to be threaded through. So I'm about to do that now. I'll put this camera in the engine bay. Hopefully we'll see it poking. Oh, it's like a car giving birth. So I've threaded the choke cable through the firewall. Let me show you. Down there, you just see it behind this pipe. Just down there. Just came up through, and I've clipped it in place with the original clip, which is great. It was originally on this metal sort of part of the cable, so I've kept it on there for now. And then it's thread through into this sort of grub screw down there. Now the Haynes manual says to make sure that there's 1.5 mil of play in this before you tighten it up. So it has to be a little bit slack, as it turns out. So that's good. So yeah, let's tighten this up and see if it works. Okay, so I've tightened the cable in the engine bay. I think there's enough play in it. And everything's tightened up here. So what I'm going to do is just try the mechanism, Fingers crossed. Hello. It doesn't go back in. That's brilliant. It actually locks. That's meant to happen, I think. Oh! Okay, so the next thing to do is to start it up. Choke. All right, key in the ignition. Into ignition. Choke out and locked. Let's see if she dies when I turn it back off. Yeah, baby! Choke works. So there you have it. The choke cable replaced. 2 hours work for me. Being patient, taking my time. I actually lost 10 minutes at the end because I dropped a spanner into the engine bay. Took me a little while to find it. But it's working as it should. And the choke cable locks as it should, which is also wonderful. So yeah, it's actually not been too difficult. Just the one wrapped knuckle and about 57 swear words. There we are. Not suitable for YouTube. Anyway, she's good to go. I'm very happy bunny. Until the next time, take care.